Russia has again launched large-scale missile attacks on several regions across Ukraine. The Ukrainian military reported that it shot down most of the incoming Russian missiles and explosive drones, but some still reached their targets. These are pictures from a Kyiv neighborhood that was hit. At least 3 people were injured in the capital, and explosions were reported from other cities as well. DW correspondent Emmanuel Shaz is in the Kyiv neighborhood that you just saw there that was hit by this Russian missile. Emma, tell us what happened there.
Hi, Terry, where you can see behind me the aftermath of the missile attack. You can see first responders still working there. There's several houses that were hit by a missile. And you know, this missile was actually shot down by Ukrainian air defense, but it just goes on to show that even when they're shot down, the danger persists and the missiles are still falling on what you see is an entirely residential area. There is no, critical infrastructure that could have been targeted here. It is just houses with residents, with people who were caught off guard, like this house that you can see behind me. A woman who's living in this house, she's at the moment giving a statement of what happened to Ukrainian police, and you can see just here the debris of that missile that just fell earlier this morning. So the road here is completely littered. This is a neighbor completely desolated, and it's not just houses that have been shattered. It's also entire lives. Here we have 3 people who got injured, including a 14-year-old girl. They were all taken to nearby hospitals, and one of them is seriously injured. In the 8th mass attack over Ukraine, over 120 missiles are believed to have been sent. The Ukrainian government say that above Kyiv, the 16 missiles were shot down by air defense, but as you can see all around me, well, the damage is still done.
And Kyiv is not the only city being targeted there in Ukraine. Emma, what's the situation elsewhere in the country?
Well, the situation is dire. The city of Kharkiv was hit, the city of Mykolaiv was hit, Lviv in western Ukraine was also hit. Here in Kyiv, 40% of the residents are deprived of electricity, so we more power cuts. The mayor Vitaliy Klitschko also said that people had to be ready to have no water for a while. He said citizens had to stock up on water, that they had to charge their devices, their mobile phones, for example, before electricity would be cut. So it's a very, very dire situation for millions of Ukrainians across the country.
Emma, this aerial bombardment has been going on now for months. How are people there dealing with the constant threat of Russian missile attacks?
Well, they have no choice but to cope. But I was talking to residents just a few moments ago here, and people are shocked. You know, they're just like trying to get on with their everyday life, and all of a sudden their life completely changes. Their houses is destroyed. So of course they are resilient. Of course they resist. But you know, live with the fear of being targeted every single day. And even this morning we had several explosions in Kyiv with windows that are shattered. You can hear the explosions even from the shelters. It's scary, even if people are very resilient. You know, they're really bearing the brunt of that war for 11 months almost now.
Emma, thank you very much. Emmanuel Shaz there in Kyiv, and we apologize for the poor quality of that video connection.